welcome everyone to the Circle Debate Podcast, episode 76. This is the host, Devious One Ivan C. Here with my other hosts, mis hermanos, mi familia, the fellow four horsemen. Well, of course, the other one is still on tour, man. He's important as we speak. He's heading down back to California basically tomorrow, which is Saturday. So you'll see him. I forgot what show, where exactly, what venue, but we'll
Bar Sinister.
There you go, Bar Sinister. They're one and only CK1 Chris Kennedy. So if you want to catch him for Fate Destroyed, go to Bar Sinister in Los Angeles if you're in SoCal natives area. Now let me go introduce my brothers. Of course, he is a Mr. 69 reasons that we're here to debate. He is a 69 answers for you all of what we talk about. He's one with, of course, little Cuban hat, Havana hat, whatever you want to call it. That's why he's a Mad Hatter himself. Mr. MGC, Mr. 69, Calle Steamboat, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta say, I have a little bit of a darker lighting in here with the hat. I'm the shadow, with the spy versus spy. So for our audio listeners, my room is very badly lit. So I've got shadows all over my face, but I'm kind of leaning into it. I'm in secret agent mode. So for our wrestling news, you got your secret agent here today.
Looking like Dick Tracy. All you need is a yellow jacket. There you go.
I actually have
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I have that. The name is the word is Magna. You know what it's called.
I forgot what the hell it's called. I don't
magnifying
remember.
glass.
Oh, magnifying. There you go. Magnifying glass. There you go.
I have a magnifying glass.
There you go. And of course, I have the most valuable podcaster in the podcasting world. Because you know why, ladies and gentlemen? Not besides he lives 1,977,000 miles from Winnipeg, Minnesota, Canada. But because he is the undefeated, the undisputed, the unmatched, the unrivaled, and the uncensored money. By God, MVP Mike Lopez.
You know, I don't know if some people out there have heard of Calle 13. Right now, Matt is reminding me of Calle 69. So I kind of want to call him that right now. Calle 69, Calle 69. Exactly.
Instead of being 305, there you go to the 213.
I'm so Habana tonight. I got like plantanos. I got my fried plantanos and everything.
Because it is a summer night here in Los Angeles. Because it's hot. This weather's crazy. First it's cold, now it's hot. Jesus Christ, it's gonna be hot this weekend. But yes, it is Friday, and you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get to it. Let's go ahead and speak about this past week. Impact Bound for Glory. Couple title changes and unexpected ones as well. I'm going to go down the card very briefly, just announcing the winners. Of course, congratulations to Jordynne Grace winning the first ever Impact Digital Media Championship, winning that Battle Royal. Of course, we all knew it was going to be Rhino teaming up with Heat, turning his back on Violent by Design, them defeating Violent by Design. Of course, the Inspiration, as they make their debut and newly crowned Knockouts Impact Tag Team Champions, Women's Tag Team Championship. Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay, congratulations. Of course, Trey Miguel winning the triple threat match, winning the X Division Championship, and the Good Brothers retaining overall the triple threat tag team title matches they had against Finjuice and Bullet Club. And of course, we had Moose, who won Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. He won the Battle Royal himself. It's like a Money in the Bank for his actual match. And, of course, congratulate to Mickie James, who defeated Deonna Purrazzo for the Knockouts Women's Championship. And another big congratulations to Josh, the Weapon X Alexander, winning the Impact World title. But it was spoiled by the man named Moose, who cashed into it. He called the shot, went in right where he had his family celebrating in the aftermath, and now became the new Impact World Champion. So I'll go to you, Mr. Calle 69. Your thoughts of the overall pay-per-view? Did you enjoyed it?
What do you? It's not a dusty finish, is what we call it. It was that like a. I don't know when the first time that was done, where it's just like a quick, I got a few seconds with the title and bam, off the title you go. And then we got Moose. That moose swimming in the water, not eating his supper. Where did he go? He won the Impact title. He won the Impact. That was a song they used to sing in like 6th grade camp. That moose, swimming in the water, not eating his supper. Where did he go? He decomposed. It's to teach kids about decomposition. But Impact certainly isn't decomposing because, that was a pretty interesting ending because he's that moose.
Oh man, but you enjoyed it overall, right? Every match, everything was great. You enjoyed it.
Once again, I gotta tell you, this is one thing AEW needs to catch up on. They got to get those women's tag titles, or I want to see those tag titles defended, many other places. So very, very an X division. Ooh, that X division.
Oh my god, yeah, that was a great triple threat match. I agree. I enjoyed it.
X division is like the treasure of the US wrestling world outside of WWE. The X division's like the first major treasure to be developed.
I would say the X division was the resurrection of the cruiserweight division overall, and brought the light heavyweights and cruiserweights back where it's supposed to be, like how it was years ago with WCW and, very brief WWF at the time. But I'm with you 100%. Money Mike, your thoughts overall, Impact, Alfred Glory.
To jump on what Matt just said, and I make this comparison that the X division is like the hash brown in my McDonald's breakfast.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh,
I always order 2, Mike. Just letting you know, I always order 2. Serious. I'm dead. I always ask for an extra one.
It's funny because I did that just this morning. Oh yes, always get 2. And please, more. If I could order X Division matches, I would order 2 myself because those are just as good. My goodness, Trey Miguel, goodness gracious, that guy. It reminds me of Ricochet. I don't know if they've ever had a match with each other or whatever, but that would be that dream match right there. Yes, yeah, great stuff. The athleticism is top notch for sure. Let's see, inspiration. I did not necessarily like that they just walked in and title shot. You know where I'm going with this, right?
Just go ahead, do it.
I already know. What? Yes, I'm aware that Impact does not have rankings. That's why it happened. Because yes, I do not agree with it. Look, the fact is, in Impact, I guess anybody could just walk in and get a title shot, especially if you're from WWE. I don't necessarily agree with it, but at the end of the day, they know what they're doing. They've been around for decades, right? So, yeah, definitely. Congratulations to them overall, right? They, and I do have a little bone to pick with the production in Impact. That at the beginning of the entrance, there was this cameraman that for whatever reason, he was just like fidgeting and just moving all over the place. I don't know if you guys noticed it.
I noticed that.
It's just, come on, Impact, you got to get it together here, and I'm no Martin Scorsese, but I would definitely say that that's something that is should be tightened up a little bit there. Other than that, let's see, main event. I am so glad that an Impact guy, true Impact guy, beat Christian Cage for the title. He has that now, and if you look up in the archives way back when, you'll see that I did say an Impact guy has to win it to, get it back, right? And it did happen. Exactly. And then the Money in the Bank, or I'm sorry, call your shot thing happened with Moose, and there that went, right? But I feel like I don't disapprove of it at all. I'm glad it happened because it sets up, it takes every spotlight away from Christian Cage. He can go back to AEW just like normal. And now it's between Moose and Alexander. So great stuff there. Smart. Yes, whoever came up with that, delightful. Absolutely.
Delightful. Yes. Delightful.
And as for Mickie James winning the title, I think it was good. I think, again, kind of the similar in vibe as how Christian Cage won the Impact title also. The veteran getting it for another run. And I'm interested to see who takes it from her.
Right, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Who's the next one in line?
Mike, I've got an inside joke for you. The one who takes it from her, Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Oh my god!
Don't get me
I like
started.
that. It's like she's got nice hair. She got nice body.
It's not your girlfriend. It's United States Heavyweight Champion, IWGP, Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yep.
That's right. Now let's move on with NXT. Halloween Havoc 2.0. I have to say the 2.0 because this is not the NXT, the black and the golden black brand no more. This is the colorful one, the colorful. Just behind here, but this is not colorful like they are. This is just only because it's a sunshine for all of our viewers and subscribers and for our audio platform listeners. Yeah, because we will be listening and watching this in the morning time. So this is how it is. Yes, a lot of title changes except for one. Wow, this shocked the hell out of me. Well, first changes was, of course, the women's NXT tag team titles. Gigi Dolan and JC Jade. Toxic Attraction, I guess that's what they're called, I guess. Gigi Dolan, congratulations, formerly known as Priscilla Kelly around the independent circuit. JC, she was known, I think, as Avery Taylor, but that's a more different story with her in the independent circuit. Congratulations, both of you girls. I'm going to say I was highly disappointed, not about the win, just the match. There was a lot of botches. Suicide dives, the Phoenix Splash. Yeah, it was a lot of shit except for the Io Shirai ladder drop. But yeah, that's the only disappointment I have to say about that. Of course, and then of course on men's side of the tag team titles, MSK losing, which just shocked me because you lost to Imperium. Now they regained it again. They just have it. They have it. This should have been the Grizzly Young Veterans. I'm saying this right now. They should have been the ones who should have been right now NXT tag team champions. It should have not been Imperium. And I'm not hating Imperium, but this should have been the Grizzly Young Veterans. Come on, they've been there for quite some time, and they're young and hungry talents from the NXT UK to States has not won the American NXT tag team titles. They should have won it. I don't know why they put Imperium. No disrespect to Fabian Archer and what's the hell's name? Marcel. And then we had another shocker for the first time and calculated for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, a first ever Tough Enough women's winner, winning her first title, and that is Mandy Rose, winning her first championship, becoming the women's NXT Women's Champion, defeating Raquel Gonzalez due to the help of Dakota Kai. Yes, Mike, double check that you don't believe me because
I'm checking it right now.
Nidia never won it.
Okay.
Never won it. I don't know who.
You read my mind.
Yes, I know. Nidia never won a belt. Never.
Let's see.
Unless she won the cruiserweight, then
that's what I'm checking.
Yeah, I know, right? I knew it. Because I'm trying to remember, did she win the cruiserweight by accident one time on SmackDown? That's what I'm trying to remember. But that's the men's side. What's that about on the women's side? That's what I'm trying to remember that. But that shocked the hell out of me that they went towards that direction. But I'm not mad about it. Actually, I was okay. You know what? They're finally building this trio faction, the Toxic Attraction, which is, Mandy Rose and her, Gigi Dolan and JC Jade. Not mad about it. I like it because it brings heat to them, and that's what you want to get. You want to bring that heat to them, and get more hungrier, talents to go after these prestige. What was it? Say it.
You're right, sir.
I do my research right. You see, I do my research right. So, yes. So that it makes it more intrigued for those titles to be looked at by other women in that, in the roster of NXT. So I'm very happy for that. Do I rather have Frankie Monet to win it? Yes. I'd rather have Ty Valkyrie should have been the champion. But I'm not mad about this win. Hopefully Ty will win it overall later on. You never know. I mean, Frankie Monet.
She just got there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So she's got to build herself up. I agree. And then the one that everybody expected, it remind you could bet in pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. People thought,
In DraftKings?
Yes. And we're not getting sponsored by them, but there you go. But brought to you by DraftKings. But yes, you can able to bet. And a lot of people bet on Braun Breaker to win at the NXT Championship, and it did not happen. As of course, Ciampa, who showed up as a God of War, defeated Braun Breaker, and that was a shocking surprise when we saw that. And wow, it shocked me. And then on debut of someone as well in NXT, one of the Uso brothers, of course, Solo Sikoa. Just come on, man. Just call him an Uso, man. He's a Uso, man. For God's sakes, Jesus Christ! But it was a shocker to me. This is how you know they were going to a different direction of what Paul Levesque would have done. Maybe he would have done the Mandy Rose thing, in my opinion. But I don't think he would have done the rest of them. My opinion. In regards for the tag team titles. I think he would have left Ciampa as a champ as well. The only thing he would have... that's only two things that he will keep. The other two will stay. I'm sorry, that he will change. My apologies. That's how I feel about it. So I'll ask you, Money Michael, take it back to you. When you heard all about this happening and how we have your thoughts about it, how you feel about Mandy Rose and everyone else.
So let's see. Okay, let's start with Mandy Rose, right? She won the title, NXT title, and congrats. I can say that she's put in the time, right? She's put in years and years into this company, and and so yeah, congratulations to her.
You're not happy about it.
No. Honestly, I'm a little bit indifferent to the decision. And I can't say my entire household that feels the same way. But I'm like whatever's about it, to be honest. I think that moving her to NXT and changing her hair color definitely gave her that boost. And of course, giving her her own group. It's almost like she graduated into Absolution 2.0 there.
Good point.
Right? Wow. She's the leader now.
Yeah.
And very interesting that they have the tag team titles as well. And I feel like that was a Vince move right there.
Of course. You already know that was a Vince, and hey, let's put her the belt. Yeah, boss, let's do it. I'll push the belt. Let's give her the belt. She got the body. She has the attraction. Let's call him Toxic. Yeah. Of course, your BFF was there, like, oh, yeah, I love you. Yeah, do it. Look.
I don't find her to be a dominant champion, or I don't think it's going to be that way, but we'll see. I mean, I could be wrong.
Ivan, Mike, I got to say, your mention of Absolution 2.0, well, I got to say, Kill Switch Engage, this is Absolution.
I do know that song, by the way. Yeah. Yes. I know that you have no thoughts about it, Matt Callis.
Well, was it this is the same group with was it Gigi or
with Priscilla Kelly and yeah.
I just think how interesting it is seeing, like, she's one of the few that we've seen, you know, her and I keep forgetting B. Priestley's other name in NXT. Davenport. Yeah. So it's yeah, I can't remember. I'll never be able to remember their WWE names, but I gotta say it's one of the interesting times you get to see them go from one place to the other. I gotta say they've definitely been doing some traveling this year. I mean, I wonder what it's like from the POV of a wrestler to go from one place to the other way around, you know,
right,
to WWE. You know, I mean, I gotta say Priscilla Kelly, I think she had a Dynamite match. I guess she wasn't official, but she had like B. Priestley only had like an appearance on Dynamite, and then she had a match on Fight for the Fallen. Well, Gigi Priscilla, formerly Mrs. Darby Allin, you know, formerly, you gotta say, it's like, I think she was on Dynamite. She had a match on the Jericho Cruise, like national television. Everybody saw it.
Yes.
But she, you know,
were they married?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I know they're pretty close.
Darby and
Priscilla Kelly.
No, they were just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Because he said Mrs. So
I think so.
Oh yeah, there was just a Mrs. But yes, I mean, with this, and you know, with this that's a revamp for sure for NXT. That's a re-image, a fact, you know, and they did it in an instant, very quick, very unexpected, and to see this title changes are intriguing. But the one that really got to me was the MSK one. Obviously, we did not really touch bases about it because there's not much of a major, to be honest, but I'll touch it very briefly. If you guys heard rumor window that back in 2018, Carter made a comment about Izzy, you know, who's been the baby girl, who's now AEW girl, and who's now a Wild girl. Back in 2018, she had a match. Well, like at 12 years old, she got chokeslammed. And he made a comment about it that they disapproved about putting a child in a professional wrestling ring with a professional wrestler, which was Effie, the one that chokeslammed her, and caught viral, I guess, around that time, 2018. This was years ago. And now, I guess the parents of Izzy has been going. Well, this is what I've been reading by far. What's going on? That been telling the fans, boo them, screw these guys, and they still have that animosity because of the comments. I even read a comment of Liz Dorado. He made a comment about it too, saying that I would not put up my child, you know, in the wrestling ring at all at that age. Like, I disagree. I don't like that. Even Chelsea Green as well. Like, there's a ton of people that did not like that. But I guess Izzy's parents did not like it very much from Carter. I don't know what Carter's details exactly what he said. Maybe his was worse. But because of that, they got booed, and because I guess the way how his remarks probably sounded was so offensive, and I think they went that direction just to cut the heat off from him. Maybe that could be maybe it. That's just my opinion. You know, remind you, we're here to give our opinions. We're not that piece of shit. We're not, you know, the other pieces of shit. I can't mention their name, but you know what I'm talking about. We're not factual people. We're opinionators giving our opinions.
And similar to that, MSK, right? If they're the ones who originally said this.
Yes.
They were just giving their opinion as well.
Thank you.
Right? Thank you. An opinion is an opinion. They are not related to this girl. You know, the parents can, you know, raise her as they see fit, right? As long as everything is legal, right? But yeah, anyone is able to say, or to opinion, right? To give their opinion. It's just our effing opinion. Courtesy of who?
Here we go! Joe for the ring. That's right.
Yeah, so with that, you can't sabotage someone's push or character based off of something personal like that, all right? So
yeah. You feel the same way, Mr. 69? Uh-oh.
Dramatic turn.
Dramatic turn. He has no comment. That's right.
I don't think I could do Sylvester Stallone. I don't think that applies to that. I'll do it anyway. Nothing is over.
Nothing is over. Nothing is over. All right, now let's go to, of course, Mike's, and of course everyone's here. Well, we love professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Just you know us, we're just kidding around. But yes, let's go about AEW. Let's get into it. We love you. Wow, buonissimo, buongiorno. But yes, let's go ahead and go very briefly. I actually want to get, before we get into this week's, we didn't talk about last week's. Now, last weekend is what happened. Money Mike, I want to get to you.
Please.
And you too, Matt, because I want to hear your thoughts. You said last week that Cody was not going to win. You said that.
I said that.
Yes.
I'm not taking it back.
Your thoughts about him winning and the match overall?
I'll be honest. I feel like it's been overshadowed by his promo this week. It was such a great promo. Let's see. I'm thinking back to the match. Okay, so the match itself, I'm not disappointed. I'm not upset. I'm not, I don't see it as a negative at all. However, what I don't like is that I guess Andrade is involved in this now. And honestly, I just don't see the link between those two, between Andrade and Aleister or Malachi Black. I don't see the connection. I don't see how these guys could form a team. I would have much rather seen Lucha Bros join up with Andrade than what we're getting, right? Mm-hmm. So with that, I would have wanted the third match to be a definitive end. Whether Cody won or lost, honestly, it doesn't really matter because Malachi Black won 2-1, right? In any sport, that's a winning, combination there. He won the trilogy. If this is boxing, that's it. If this is UFC, that's it, right? In the story. Malachi really won the whole thing. But if we're talking about continuing this story on, I'm kind of not seeing the point unless they're going to take this into full gear and they add a stipulation like a cage or Rick Steiner's mom on top of a forklift or something like that. Then yeah, of course, okay, sure, here we go, all that. So let's see what happens. Full Gear is coming up real soon, and there has to be a point to this.
Okay. Ivan, I would like to say that I would like to come clean about myself being wrong about something because I was going to say Cody will win, but by cheating and turning heel. But Cody really took a route that I don't think I've personally ever seen or remember ever seeing taken by a babyface wrestler. And you've never seen a babyface wrestler go head on against the audience. Like, okay, I know you guys hate me, but it's your choice to hate me. I'm sorry, but this is what you get. Ooh. I know you hate me, but yes. This is what you. But so yeah. Here's what that reminds me of, and it's not from wrestling. You guys ever saw 8 Mile with Eminem?
Yes, I know exactly where you're gonna get, but go ahead.
Yeah, is it the rap battle scene?
Yes, go for it. Let the people know.
He's like, yes, I know my mom smokes crack. I'm from a poor neighborhood from you, and you're from like a nice school. Like, I'm self-aware. I know I'm from a shitty neighborhood, and I'm broke, and I've got nothing. Like, Cody's like, I don't deserve my wife. I don't deserve my kid. I don't deserve Arn Anderson. My brother's better than me. All of you hate me on Twitter. I know. I've read it all. Like, I've never seen a wrestler, because Lex Luger and Roman Reigns, I've never seen them just take it head on like this. Like, I know you hate me, but I've got a new name for this Cody. This is Marshall Mathers Eminem Cody.
Oh, all right. I love it.
This Cody, this is Eminem Cody. So I think Eminem should appear on AEW with Cody, and then he could come to the ring to Lose Yourself.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom
Yay.
spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. Cody's got the mom spaghetti. Cody's gonna choke Andrade with mom spaghetti. You know, there's bombing on Andrade's shirt. El Idolo shirt already. El Idolo shirt already. Mom spaghetti. Just like you know.
He says we're already
great analogy right there.
Yes, and since we're already in that topic, Money Mike.
8 Mile?
No, not 8 Mile.
8 Mile. That's
it's
8 Mile AEW with Cody. Cody Mathers.
We're already in that topic of AEW this week or this past week. Get into it, Money Mike. He brought about the promo. Your thoughts? Go for it.
There's no way I can top what Matt just said right there. Yes, 1,000%. Going head on against the audience, right? As a baby face. Jeez Louise. How does WWE expect to beat this? No,
Mike,
they couldn't with Cena, they couldn't with Luger, they couldn't do it. They can't with Roman Reigns.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
No.
But
Tribal step aside, boy.
No, I'm not talking about the tribal chief. Jesus, no. I'm talking about John Cena though. I don't think. No. I don't think so. I think if we go, John Cena said it before too, in his own words. If we go back, I know I'm defending him. Yes, like I said once again, I love pro wrestling and I do watch everything. So I'm not gonna be here and be an AEW mark. I'm a mark of professional wrestling. Let's get that clear. All of us are here to, all of us. But yes, John Cena did it before. He's done that. He's clarified that as well. I'm not turning as much as you want me to. You always hear him saying, you can boo me, you can cheer me. He's done it. I said this before in the beginning, a long time ago, a year ago, when we talked about Cody Rhodes. He is your next John Cena of AEW. I said that. Go back to my archives. I said it a long time ago. Go back to the archives and you'll see that. Ivan C. said it a year ago that Cody Rhodes is like your wannabe John Cena of AEW because John Cena did it first.
Well, I gotta say, did you guys catch this though? Did you guys catch what Cody was talking about? It's like I did the Tiger Driver 98. But I was this close to doing another move.
Yeah. Everybody said the pedigree. No, he did mention the pedigree, didn't he?
No, he actually didn't say it.
He didn't say it, huh?
Yeah, because that's
okay.
It was a very wink and a side. It's like I could have gone after the world title and did the pedigree, but that would have been too easy. But I gotta say, well, to what you were saying, Ivan, did John Cena really point out every single flaw in his life?
Yes, he did. If you can YouTube it, he has. He's done it. He said it before, especially that promo he did on Roman on the Tribal Chief.
How could you see flaws in something you can't see to begin with?
Oh yeah, we couldn't see it.
You can't see me. The Rock. I had to do the Dwayne Johnson one, but I get you. No, I know, but that's how I feel. I was John Cena. That's why I got to give him credits too. I'll be straight honest. I said it before, even when I was there at SummerSlam. You were there too, Mike. We were booing John Cena when he was fighting Daniel Bryan for the WWE title. I was too. I made a kid cry next to me, no. Yeah, I know I'm a bad guy. I am. I'm a heel for God's sakes, because I wanted that, Bryan Danielson to win. He is no. But I have to give credit to Cena, though. I have to give him credits too. The man took everything that we threw at him to turn heel, and he never did. And he walked out in good terms with the company, went to do movies, and still a face. And still keep saying, yep, I am this, I am that. Hate me all you want. And I'm still here in Kansas City. So I gotta say it. Cody?
I will say that I am looking forward to Peacemaker on HBO Max.
Okay. Well, definitely me too. I am looking forward to seeing that too as well. I'm very, very excited to see that. Yes. All right. So we already talked about the promo. Let's talk about the opening match so very briefly. Punk and Bobby Fish. So I'll take it to you, Matt Callis. Thoughts of the match?
I gotta say, because there was another video from Tranquillo Club on YouTube that says technical wrestling's come to AEW, but I gotta say, MMA is now like all over AEW from the top to the bottom, everywhere. You cannot escape it. But a little bit of Bobby Fish, a little bit of Junior Dos Santos, a little bit of Suzuki. So everybody's got a little spice on it. If MMA was chili peppers, AEW might be like a nice spicy restaurant, right in there. So that's what I gotta say. Yeah, Salt Bay with the hand, Yeah, for audio listeners, we're doing the hand thing with Salt Bay,
Okay.
I'm coming in with all the references tonight.
Right.
You can't escape from the references any more than you can escape from submission holds on this episode of Dynamite. On this episode of Dynamite. So that's what I gotta say. You can't escape. I got submission holds all up and down this program. We'll get to. We're talking about last night.
Yeah, we're talking about Money Mike.
Yeah. Okay, so man, CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, Force of Habit, those guys are having a ball. I can only imagine. These guys are wrestling whoever they want, however they want. And it's putting on some awesome classic matches already. Definitely. And I honestly look forward to the day when they lose. Who's going to beat them?
Me too.
I don't want either title on either of them. And I'm hoping that they're backstage saying, we don't want the titles. You're building us up right now, right? We're taking these wins, but we want an AEW original to take us down, right? Because it's what's best for business. That's exactly it right there. And if I were a betting man, I'm pretty sure that's their mindset. And so yes, we're getting some great matches. And honestly, like I said it before, that Daniel Bryan came in, but he didn't get a title shot.
Bryan Daniels.
Wait, those are the same? Danielson, you got Omega, right off the bat, but it was not a title shot. Okay, so that takes out the whole Impact sort of way of doing things. And I said, how awesome would it be if he actually went through the ladder there, the Mortal Kombat ladder of getting all the way to the top and getting that title shot legitimately through the rankings, through the wins, right? Those wins don't just come out of nowhere. They have to go through the matches. And that's exactly what we're getting. And great stuff all around. I'm on board with what's going on as far as that. And Fish and Punk delivered a solid matchup. Definitely. Two veterans, for sure.
Just good shit. Good shit. That's right. Next one. Sammy Guevara, Ethan Page. So I'll take it back to you, Money Mike.
Yes. So, I kind of knew that Sammy was going to win, right? But yeah, this guy just similar to Darby in ways of their physicality of just throwing caution to the wind, as they say. That spin, that front flip from the top of the ring to the outside. Very, very cool. All that great, crazy stuff. I'm looking forward to Full Gear and seeing who from American Top Team they're going to get to be in this match. I'm willing to say that I do believe Junior Dos Santos is going to be one of them. But what if Jorge Masvidal is one of them?
I don't see it happening.
A guy can dream, can't he? What if?
All right.
Uncle Dana.
He has to make it happen. He's fighting in December, though. It's impossible. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's highly unlikely.
Yes.
But it's worth dreaming.
I know, but he has to get ready for Leon Edwards. And Leon Edwards. But that's another topic we got to talk about MMA. But yeah, he's going to have to get ready for Leon Edwards. Different story. But to add on what you're saying, I would add Andre Arlovsky, Junior Dos Santos, and most likely it's going to be I think it's going to be a mystery guy who's going to be their third person.
I've said it before, man. If Kobe Covington would have been there,
it's Chael Sonnen could be the one, maybe. Can we get Chael Sonnen just a corner one time? I'll be so happy. I'll lose my mind. Like, hell yeah. He's going to come here talking shit. Like, just give us that. Give me what I want.
give me what I want.
Give me what I want. Yes. Matt Callis.
I got to say, if to Mike, if Antonio Inoki got his way, I think our MMA show and our wrestling show would be the same thing. If Inokiism like dominated the world, it would be just nothing but like everyone would be catching fades. You know, it's like you open the door and grandma's like, bam, cross kick and triangle hold on grandma. And then in the world of Inokiism, everybody gets a triangle hold on their neck.
Mm-hmm. But your thoughts of the match, though?
The
Sammy and Ethan Page.
Ethan Page given a little bit of rage, getting a little bit of rage. But Sammy, I think back to NWA 70 when I first saw Sammy. So it's so great seeing him every week. Sammy in that big. That's kind of like I think about Edge when he was Intercontinental Champion, and that's kind of really what I think about as that baby face with the baby face with the mid card title. That's kind of like the energy I'm getting whenever you see a baby face, a really like phenomenal, like energetic, young, good looking baby face. Yeah, there you go with the mid card title. You feel that Edge energy.
Do you feel that edge?
That edge. Yeah.
Partners Day. Nah.
No, it's that you think you know me.
You think you know me.
Durango.
You think you know me. You think you know me.
I like my Durango. No.
Yeah, but 95.
I want a Durango 95 just because of that song. And the only thing that Durango 95 will play is that song. And I'll dress like Edge while I'm driving the car. I'll wear a blonde wig, glasses, and the long coat.
The Brood theme song though, all day.
See, but if I buy a Durango 95, that's seriously what I'm gonna do, guys. If I'm a millionaire, I'm gonna buy a Durango 95, dress as Edge, and play only.
Never gonna stop, man. You gotta stop.
Only gonna play "Never Gonna Stop" by Rob Zombie in the car.
I'll
be
right
only
there.
Song that will play.
We'll dress him as Brood.
Shotgun. I'll write Shotgun dressed as Rob Zombie.
I'll be in the back dressed as Christian, bro. I'll be fine. I'll be there.
Okay, I'll be the other song that the car will play.
Man, good. Fuck, Matt's on a road today, man. Mike, have you noticed that Matt is on a road today? Man, I'm loving it. Yes.
No, this is
look at that.
This is the roll.
Look at him go.
He is on a road today.
I'm doing this.
I love it.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3 dance.
Right.
I'm on this roll. For our audio listeners, I'm doing the hustle,
doing the hustle. To the hustle.
Yeah, we're doing the hustle.
But I will have to agree with both of you guys. The CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, that one very briefly about what you said, Mike. Yes, they're having a good time. I'm 100% what you're saying. They should be not worried about a title. That's not the concern. Build up the talent, help them build them, get them more exposure, get them more experience in the ring, charisma, or the whole shebang. You said it right 100%. With you there. Nothing wrong with that. Matt Callis, I am with you of the Sammy one. Edge comparison, you're on a roll, baby. You're right. You're on a roll, baby. I love it. I love it very much. Yeah, I love it, baby. It's good, great for comparison. And it does remind me of that Edge back in like the Attitude Era when he was the mid-card, the Intercontinental title with that great run before, before the full neck injury, before he left for quite some time. I forgot what year was that. But yes, great run. Was it 04? 04, okay. It was 04. Okay. So yes, great. Yes, that was a great hype for Edge for sure. Especially his feuds, man. But we're not talking about WWE, but I love it though. I love it. Sammy impresses me every week when I see him. He's developing himself too in the mics. He's getting better in the mic. If you guys noticing that, He's getting better and better and better because he wasn't a mic guy when he first started. He was not used to being in front of a camera, talking to the mic. Now you're seeing the progression. That pillar is coming in fruition of becoming a major pillar. He's becoming that. So I'm happy for Samuel that he's developing that, especially the TNT champion. Right, next up, I want to talk about very briefly. This match was heavy hitting for me. I don't know if it was for you, gentlemen, but I'll take it to you, Money Mike, very briefly. Hikaru Shida, Serena Deeb.
Yes, impressed by both ladies. And I'm glad that Hikaru Shida got her 50th win, right? And again, like I've said it before, I'm glad that she didn't get it the first try. I'm glad she got it this try. She earned it.
And the baby faces have to chase it.
Yes, chase it. And chased it she did until she got it from the very woman that took it away from her in the first place, right? She's moving on in the tournament. But what kind of condition is she? I like the story they're telling here. You know, she got attacked. Injury. Is she gonna tough it out? Is she, is she gonna come back from it? Is it too much to bear? And Serena Deeb is going to take over and take that spot and advance her heel run, right? I do feel that the heel side of Serena Deeb is more interesting than the face. Very, very cool. I'm liking that both of these women are getting their spot on Dynamite, and they're doing this on this show rather than Dark or Elevation. They're giving them the spotlight. They're giving them the time. So very, very cool. And let's see what happens next.
I gotta say the psychology is all there. And you guys pretty sure you caught the references. You saw what Serena Deeb's outfit is and what kind of shoes she was wearing.
Red Heart.
This was like that ring post figure 4 right there. See, it's the reason why Mike's rocking. For audio listeners, Mike's wearing pink headphones
and black.
Pink and black. Got the Hitman's cover. So the Hit Woman, Serena Deeb, who knows? That could be a new moniker.
What about Hikaru Shida though?
Stone Cold Hikaru Shida right here. Stone Cold Shida.
Stone Cold. You know what? Credentials very briefly as well, besides us having great minds think alike, but I just want to give a brief shout out. Turnbuckle Tavern, OG Fit Kid, he said it himself on his live show, The Aftermath. He said it himself as well. It's similar to that story. I think everybody knew, especially here, in this debate table. It's so obvious, but we never seen it on a women's side. This is something that I'm really extremely intrigued to see. Can we see that ruthless aggression of Hikaru Shida becoming that Stone Cold side, controversial, not giving a fuck, and just going bam, bam.
Stunner. Yeah, it's gonna be like
no, it's gonna be the Falcon Air Stunner, okay?
Yeah, and
that's the Falcon Stunner.
It's gonna be 2 cans of Kirin Ichiban or 2 cans of Asahi, or 2 cans of sake. I think the cool that maybe the kamikaze sake shot, and then she smashes the.
The ward.
Yeah, where they smash the bowl right after, and then she jumps off the
sake bomb.
Yeah, she could do it. That would be cool if she did that, and then she jumps off of the cage onto Serena while she puts the headband on and just jumps. Does the flying headbutt from the top of the steel cage onto Serena. That'd be badass. Boom.
All right. Moxie and 10. Money Mike.
It's interesting to see where they're going to go with this with Moxley. It seems that the spoiled ending to this tournament is going to be what it says it was going to be. I'm not going to give anything away to anybody, but Moxley, especially the promos he's given and things he's said, have given me the impression that he wants the title shot. He wants it. But especially with all the sacrifices he's making and all that stuff. So
his daughter, new
yeah, of course, it being a family man, and honestly, I feel like out of everybody from the AEW roster, and please let me know if I'm mistaken here, but in the comments, yes, I see you, I seen you, that Moxley is everywhere, GCW and everywhere. I could just go on New Japan, right? Of course. So this guy has been going around, not just in AEW, but he's a workhorse for sure. So yeah, I'm glad to see that AEW believes in Moxley still, of course. But let's see how this goes. Let's see the tournament, how it ends up. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, right? So yeah, I'll just say that.
All right. Mr. 69.
I gotta say, for number 10 really had it hard on this one, but maybe it's like he's really getting the sympathy side of things. And this kind of seems like an obvious thing, but I'd say Moxley is definitely walking like on that line of heel, just because like that last Lance Archer match, he definitely was more on the heel side of things. And then the rivalry that that this is like not immediately, but it's definitely something that they addressed on Dynamite, and at New Japan, his upcoming rivalry with Tanahashi. He still and Tanahashi is the baby face of all baby faces. So if you're walking on the line of heel and you're facing Tanahashi, you're a heel. It's hard. It's impossible to be more baby face than Tanahashi, because many people call him the baby face of all baby faces.
Well, yeah, he's the golden ace of New Japan. Of course, he's the face of the ace because he is Ice Maz for sure. But I get you 100%.
And Moxley was calling him out, so that he's got that to look towards.
Which it doesn't surprise me. But go ahead, my boss.
So coming up in New Japan is Tanahashi has to defend that title against Kenta. And let's not forget, I'm tying more things into this. Katsuyori Shibata has an unfinished business with Kenta. He attacked him from Kenta betrayed him, his former tag team partner, the guy who I guess they taught each other. I don't know who came up with that jumping bent leg drop kick for Shibata or Kenta, but Shibata. So if Kenta takes that title off of Tanahashi, and then Shibata is now back, Shibata could take that title off of Kenta, and we could possibly see Katsuyori Shibata versus Moxley in the future.
Don't give me enough flatters here, man.
And let me connect 10 into this. I think 10 could kind of get a little bit of revenge, and then Shibata could kind of undertake 10 as another one of his many great students. Danny Limelight, Carl Fredericks, Clark Connors, all the great young lions now that are the future. Don't be surprised if the main event of AEW is Clark Connors or Carl Fredericks versus Jungle Boy or Darby Allin. That's me. The prediction. Yes. For the future.
In the next 5 or 6 years. Maybe less than that. All right. Main event. The Ghostbusters, the Elite, versus, of course, the Cowboys, the Dark Order. Of course, Dark Order won that match, and we did see the ending aftermath. That good, who Mr. Stay Puft was not Brandon Cutler the whole time. Was, of course, Cowboy shit. Adam Hangman Page. Man. I'm going to say this right away, my thoughts. Get it out of the way. And I know Jim Cornette will disagree 100%. I guarantee you, he will bury this match on his show. I'm saying it right now. He will bury it.
Omega.
Besides, the point of that is 1, the costumes. 2, how it was close to the ending that he will bury it. And in 3, it's just we'll be like, so what the fuck? So that means that is he in Dark Order? Yes or no? That's what his mind will probably be at. He'll say this is another shitty indie promotion show. That's what he will say. I'm saying it right now. He will say that on his show. And if he does not say that, I'll be really surprised.
But do you agree?
No.
And why?
Because this is how you individuals out there, not only us, entertainment. There is your entertainment there. There it is right there. That's entertainment in professional wrestling. That is how you can define entertainment in pro wrestling. I'm not saying WWE does that. They have their moments, not lying, but at this moment, at this time and ages, they do not. So I'm sorry. This is entertainment at its best, especially for Halloween. You know, it was great to see that. Oh well, and if people want to come and say yes to look like an indie show, so what? So be it. You've gone. You've been there. So don't say you've never been to the indie show. If you have not, shame on you. You should go. Well, support your local talent. Support your territories because they were the ones who gave you the talents that you see on television today. Go support your local talents because the future is coming.
I got to say, Ivan, I don't know if this is going to be in wrestling news, but I got to point out Kid Bandit on AEW Dark. You guys saw my little story about me and him in the comment. I mean, in our chat, you know, shout out to you, Kid Bandit. I'm really proud of you at your debut on AEW Dark. It's kind of funny how I just felt like going to Guitar Center in Orange one day and you went up to me and asked me to be in your band. We jammed, I interviewed you, and I thought that was really cool. And I never thought you'd become a wrestler. The funny thing is, like, I did like a funny interview with him, and it eventually evolved into him making every answer into John Cena. So I was like, oh yeah, where do you like to play shows? At the John Cena. So I mean, it's so cool getting to see you there. And then, you know, I hope you win several championships, if not all of them, within the next 6 or 7 years. Much love to you. And we're all gonna keep our eyes on you. You, Kid Bandit, Steve Bovey, and you know who else? Who else of our friends we could see on that?
You. But I mean, since you right away, money, Matt Callis, your thoughts about the main event? Go ahead, take it away.
The main event was like, I gotta say that both Kenny Omega did the taking off the bear suit back in Ring of Honor, you know, and then I'm pretty sure Stone Cold did something where he was like dressed as somebody else. So it was giving me flashbacks to that. I was
I'll take it from dinners.
It's such a great, yeah. The him dressed as the nurse. Or Stone Cold dressed as the fireman, you know, like
that all too.
You know, wrestlers in disguise. I mean, and it wasn't the only time we saw a wrestler in disguise tonight because we didn't. I mean, it was such a brief segment. MJF and Darby Allin. Darby Allin dressed as the Invisible Man.
I love it.
There was a lot of fun unmaskings. I mean, sooner or later we got to have Phantom of the Opera. You know, we'll have Phantom of the Opera. We'll get, you know.
Malachi Black, they should Malachi Black automatically.
I think the most ridiculous if they had Austin Powers, like, yeah, baby.
I do want to throw out there that I did like Cole Cabana as Brandon Cutler. That show's hilarious. I'm sorry.
Awesome,
I fucking love it.
I think it sounds like Cold Cutler.
Oh my god, that shit was hilarious. I was so laughing. Well, yes, continue. My apologies.
Brandon Cabana. You call him Brandon Cabana. I gotta say the Elite have like a specialty in costumes. You know, actually, you know, because Jim Cornette uses the word cosplay in negative connotation, but I'd say cosplay in a positive connotation because I actually, you know, I was a regular at a lot of anime conventions. For those who don't know. And cosplayers invest a lot of money in their outfits. There's competitions, you know, from the whole world of cosplay. There's competitions, there's prize money, there's, you know, a hierarchy. There's a whole other world. It's like modeling. So, you know, coming from the world of cosplay, I gotta say, you know, they're really good at it. The Elite, you know, I mean, all their different Halloween costumes, especially all the different outfits Kenny Omega has had over the years, you know, I mean, I think if anything, I wish they dress up in more different things more often. It is such a great spec. I want to be surprised every week. You know, if they came out as different types of fruits flying from the ceiling,
Fruit of the Loom.
Fruit of the Loom, you know, Kenny Omega, the banana, you know, Adam Cole as an apple, you know, Young Bucks as like a bunch of oranges.
Did you notice that an audience member was dressed as a banana?
Mm-hmm. I definitely did. Yeah. So I mean, we could have everything, all of them as, you know, I'm pretty sure just even mock Jim Cornette, like in reverse, like they could literally dress up as like nuts and hot dogs and, you know,
okay,
you know, as walnuts.
Matt Jackson as Jim Cornette and Nick Jackson as Vince Russo.
And then the kissing because I've always wanted
and Adam Cole as Vince McMahon, and they end up kissing Adam Cole.
That would be so perfect.
Wait, you just gave me something. It's perfect, but I say Jim Cornette, Kenny Omega. I would say the Young Bucks could be Bruce Pritchard and fucking Kevin Dunn. And Adam Cole as fucking Vince McMahon. And then everybody kisses her ass.
Maybe Brandon Cutler could be Vince Russo. And then
have Brandon Cutler be Vince Russo. There you go. Yeah.
Michael Nakazawa should be Stephanie McMahon. That would be the best ever. You know, I'm all grown up. Yeah. just like Stephanie. Or Michael Nakazawa could be Triple H.
Jesus Christ.
You could be both Triple H and Stephanie and be like,
but Money Mike, your thoughts main event, man. I'm dying.
Just this little conversation that we're having shows that it's fun. It's fun to talk about this. And it's
don't be a party pooper, Jim Cornette.
Yes. You know, get that thing out of your butt as soon as possible. My goodness. And okay, Cornette has had some great ideas over the years, and I get it. You know, he's all about that traditional wrestling,
except when he dresses up as a Ninja Turtle, or no, when he wrestles a Ninja Turtle.
There you go. I honestly like. Yes, there is room for traditional wrestling. There is room for the theatrics and the cosplaying and all that. There's room for that in AEW. All of it. I've said it before. It's a melting pot here of different styles and different ways of presenting wrestling. You want Cody, you know, and all that, everything that comes along with him. There you go.
All that jazz.
You got Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, or you know, you got that style right there. You got the Young Bucks and everything that goes along with them. There's everything for everyone, and that's I feel the great part of AEW. And it's not like they're getting terrible numbers, right? There's an audience here. There's people that are watching this and are looking forward to it.
I can just tell you that they had low numbers this week. It wasn't the best. I'll tell you that right now.
Can be every week.
If you compare like an Impact, right? Who Impact's been around 20 years, all that good stuff, all that good jazz, right? If you compare those numbers with AEW's numbers, yes, there's an audience. Of course there is. I'm tuning in. You're tuning in. Yes, you at home, if you're listening to this, chances are you're watching too, to some extent.
Don't forget your DVRs too. They count.
Yeah, there's an audience. There's people that are willing to watch this. And I can only imagine that number growing. I can't see it going down. It's only been 2 years, people. Cornette, it's only been 2 years. There's no way to compare it with a 50-year company. There's no way. So with that, I can honestly say that it was fun and it was entertaining. And it's me personally, I can only speak for myself. I enjoyed watching it.
He loves it. That's what it is. But I'll give it to you very briefly.
Sure.
So Dynamite's was 941,000 viewers. That was her for this one.
All I can say is
key demo. They were number between 1849 was 518.
All I'm gonna say is they have more views than my YouTube channel. So in all honesty, nobody can say that nobody watches it because people 900,000 or whatever it is, it's a good amount of people.
Don't forget as well, besides you subscribing to the Circle Debate, subscribe to, of course, Money Mike Lopez YouTube channel. Not forget this, gentlemen. Find him on YouTube. Wink, wink. Ding! There you go. Now, let's end this evening or this day or wherever you're hearing this in your audio platforms or you're watching this video as well. The topic of the night that everybody's been talking about for the last 72 hours because there's a big announcement that happened out of nowhere that out of nowhere shocked the world. Well, before I do, I just want to get this out of the way. By the way, JR is growing his own cannabis farm in Oklahoma City. Good for you. Yeah. Hell yeah. It's good shit.
Speedy recovery, JR.
Yes, that is well.
The best.
I know where Kofi Weedson's heading in a few days.
Yes.
Hi, house. No.
Ricardo Rodriguez not joined officially, but was a guest commentator for the Spanish announce for AEW. Great. I heard he did a phenomenal job. So good for him. Yes. Those are the two we say phenomenal. And now let's get into the real one that everybody wants to know. I've been hearing everybody's been talking about it, but it's time for you all, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, subscribers, audio platform listeners, to hear our thoughts about this topic that has been shocking, like I said, in the last 72 hours. As Ring of Honor made the announcement that after December 11th, final battle of their pay-per-view, they will be shutting down for the quarter and then will not return until April of 2022. And of course, all of the people that were contracted between that time or is contracted by the 11th of December will still get paid. And the people that have not are not. Majority of those talents has been released. The ones that have deals from 2022 will get paid until March 31st. So meaning is that they lost at least, who are free agents as of now, 80% of the roster are now free agents as we speak now. Meaning Dan Hausen, meaning Quinn McKay, meaning Roxy, who was your Ring of Honor Women's Champion that we were highly, I'm still highly for her, but we'll get into that. And a lot of people, Bandito, you have, Jay Lethal, the Foundation, so much you have. And now, what's next for them? Rooming your windows, all right, that they're selling their library. They're going to sell their library from the beginning, yes, until, yes, this is what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true. This is only a rumor in windows. They're selling their library. The COO of Ring of Honor made his comments why they did this. They need to re-image because the last 18 months, they didn't have no crowd. They didn't make no money. They didn't do anything at all. They had to pay their roster all the money that they had left over. They had to revamp. They had to re-image is what they want to call it. And this time they want to focus more on non-contracted independent talents. They're not contracted with NWA or AEW or New Japan or Defy or just independent circuits that are not really fully contracted. We're Game Changer as well. Just with upcoming talents they want to focus on more. So they want to rebuild and re-image Ring of Honor what it was when it first started back in 2000s and I think back in the 2000s I believe it started. Forget exactly when. But they want to go ahead and go back to that state of mind. A lot of people are saying that they're blaming AEW. I've been seeing on social media they blame AEW for killing it. I'm going to say this right now, and I know Mike's with me on that too. AEW did not kill shit. If anything, they're the ones that killed themselves because they're the ones that did not bring the crowd. They didn't want to do the protocols how they did with AEW or WWE as well because WWE did the same thing. That's their fault. They didn't want to do that. That's their problem. That's where they fuck up right there. You did not do that. You didn't follow protocols. That's your issue. If your home base does not allow you, go somewhere else. But AEW do not blame other promotions for your unfortunate failure of what's going on. The major concern now to ask you both gentlemen on this What is the state of Ring of Honor? Do you feel this is over? Do you feel that, especially with the roster that they have, that are now free agents, especially, you can name me some of you that you guys are intrigued to see where to go. Not just only AEW, but also other territories. So I'll start it off with you, Money Mike. Your thoughts about this Ring of Honor dilemma? Where do you see it? Do you think this is over? Nothing is over. Nothing. But is it over? What are your thoughts? And who do you want to see? And main talents that you like from Ring of Honor to go to.
Right off the bat, the first name that pops into my head, and it seems like a bunch of others, is Dan Hausen, right? Dan Hausen, I wouldn't doubt that he's going to become all elite soon. It seems that AEW could use a character like him, and it would bring a even more comedic side. Imagine just him and Orange Cassidy, right? As we all saw, he was in the Jericho Cruise and hanging out with those guys. Him and MJF, which we've seen those guys hang out. So the connections are there, right? It almost seems like it's something that was meant to happen as far as him, right? That he was eventually going to find his way over there to AEW. But I will say, if I'm NWA, if I'm Impact, let's go fishing. Woo! Let's go get some of that talent. Yes, because those two companies need talent like this talent from ROH, and man, how crazy is it that I honestly feel that if the rumor is true that they're selling their library, I feel like this is it for ROH. Yeah. I feel like they're going to completely rebrand and call themselves something entirely different, because why would you sell your library? Why would you sell that? If you continue calling yourself Ring of Honor, then you can't use your footage. You can't. It's not yours anymore. So I feel like it's going to be a complete rebranding, and I'm getting vibes of what's that company? It's not GCW, but I forgot what company I'm getting vibes from. That they're just they get local talent and talent from the indies, and they're not necessarily from there, but they stop by, kind of like territories.
MLW,
maybe like an MLW. Yeah, I guess you could say. But yeah, let's see how this all unfolds. But a lot of cool talent. I wouldn't mind seeing Jay Lethal in any of those companies, really. But what will be interesting is who WWE would like to bring on, So let's see how that goes.
I know you're waiting, so take it away, Matt Callis. I know you want to talk about it.
I remember a quote that Jim Cornette always says: "How much do you want for the Briscoes? How much do you want for Jay Lethal?" Getting out that checkbook. I actually got to update you guys with something on Twitter. This is something I only just saw. This is a tweet that happened last night. I don't know if you guys saw this. Dax Harwood tweeted Briscoes just on its own. Jay Briscoe responded, "You know where to find us. Where are you at, big guy?" And then tag Tony Khan. And let's not forget, as of right now, the Briscoe brothers are they the tag team champions?
Of GCW, of Game Changer.
They're the tag team champions of Game Changer. And let's not forget also Moxley, also he's also very active with Game Changer. I got to be sure. Let me double check. Moxley is the current champion of Game Changer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He's GCW's current champion. So I gotta say, Briscoe brothers, I think one thing Ring of Honor should have done, is probably coordinate closer with PWG and the West Coast promotions, because they're very
PWG. Yeah. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, they're very East Coast, I gotta say. But the thing is, like Ring of Honor is a little bit more globally recognized than PWG. I gotta say, more people know the logo and the name and the wrestlers and the what's the word? The alumni. People recognize the alumni. Samoa Joe, Kevin Steen, which we now know as Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, the list goes on. Like all their big guys. Bryan Danielson, list goes on and on. Kenny Omega,
CM Punk, Kyle O'Reilly,
Tyler Black. The list
Tyler
is
Black, yeah.
Tyler
all their
Perry.
names associated so closely with Ring of Honor, more so than Chikara or PWG or so on and so forth. So that's why I think if they coordinated with them more and New Japan, more things could have, panned out. But I mean, who knows where it could go? Maybe Warhorse might be the new champion, or we could see some of our old buddies, We'd see Ray Rosas as the new ROH champion in a few years. I mean, it's kind of a good thing. If I was an indie wrestler and Ring of Honor was getting a hard, fast restart, imagine having that on my resume, just the name brand alone. If I was Kid Bandit, if I was JT Starr, if I was Steve Bovey, I'd be like, I could probably get some Ring of Honor gold on my resume. I could be the Ring of Honor champion. It's one thing to be a small fish in a big pond. It's another thing to be a small fish in a small pond. If I was a wrestler, this would be the greatest news ever. If I was a young wrestler on the indies right now, I'm like, all right, I could get signed. If I was an established wrestler on Ring of Honor.
But by the looks of it, they don't want people to get signed. I think they just want a contract, they just want to just get people to book them and here now and then and not make them permanent. I think they're just going based upon, hey, I'll pay you by this date for this date to be my champion for this amount of time, and then drop it to somebody else. That's the way how it seems like it, because the way how Joe Koff's comments about it, focusing on non-contracted independent wrestlers, made it seem like I just want to get somebody for quite some time, and then I'll get somebody else for the next, for less money. I think they're hurting. I think they're gonna go bankrupt. I think this is it. I hate to say it, because the Ring of Honor was the pinnacle of independent professional wrestling. For me, it's like hip hop. From East meets the West. That's what it was. It's like East meets the West. That's how PWG was. Was born because of that, because of different talents around the world that came to one place, and Ring of Honor was that pinnacle for it. And now that they don't have the Sinclair brothers don't really have the money. They don't have the money to do it anymore. There was a lot of mistakes they did. One is for sure you had to put out people. You had to have some fans, man. That's one thing they should have done. If AEW and WWE and other territories were having at least 100 people or 200 people, little by little, could have built it up. I get it. Everyone's concern was, of course, this unfortunate bastard pandemic, but you got to make your money somehow. You got to stream it somehow. You got to book it some kind of way. They didn't do that.
I feel another mistake was not opening the forbidden door.
That is another thing I was going to bring up, but go ahead.
They made a post a while ago, right? Like, if we open the forbidden door or something like that, who would you want to see? Yeah, they should have opened it wide open.
They closed it, Mike. They closed the CMLL door.
But they had it shut.
Yeah. Here in the United States, which they're an American company, right?
Mm-hmm.
AEW was opening the door for pretty much everybody except for WWE, right? If anybody had anything to gain here or that could have done this, it was ROH, definitely. And I honestly, to this day, I'm surprised that they didn't. I wonder why.
I'm with you as well, because I felt like they would have been the first ones to be, hey, let's go to Ring of Honor, because can't remember how Matt mentioned Omega, the Bucks, Cole. This is before even Cole showed up or anybody else. But I'm saying during that tenure, the Bucks and Omega are familiar with Ring of Honor. why didn't they, approach to them first? Hey, instead of been, I'm Impact. I'm not saying Impact. That could have been probably later. They could have approached to Ring of Honor. Hey, let's do something. Let's do like how you did a CML, an anniversary show, or like how you did with New Japan. Worlds Collide. If I find out the fucking CEO said no, if I were the Sinclair brothers, I would fire that motherfucker in an instant. That's what I would have done.
And didn't they technically collaborate with All In?
Well, before being All Elite became All Elite, Ring of Honor was the one that funded it. We all know that. I mean, it's a fact that Ring of Honor.
Riccaboni was their color commentator.
Yes. Yeah. So they majority funded. The Bucks and Cody, everybody else put their money, but it was 60-40. 40 was talent, the ideas. 60 was Ring of Honor. They got their money back. Don't get me wrong. St. Clair got the money back, made more than what they expected. So did everybody else. But they didn't want to. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you they didn't want to. I don't know what happened. What's going on there? I don't know. We don't know behind closed doors. Why the Ring of Honor did not take that chance with that Forbidden Door. And I'm with you 100%. Was it pride? I hope not. Or was it money? Because if they were asking for a lot, you must be mistaken, buddy. Because look at Impact. They're doing a phenomenal job now, for the Forbidden Door. And now it opened with New Japan, But oh well, I don't know. It's hard, man. And then now with the talent, how you said, Mike, Roxy for me will be fit for NXT. I see her fit. But I'm afraid of probably re-image her. For sure, Andrade's going to bring his people, Los Ingobernables. He's going to bring Rush, Dragon Lee, Kenny King. That's for sure. If you bring Los Ingobernables to AEW, I would love it because you're going to have the Elite versus Los Ingobernables.
Yeah, Dark Order. Andrade reunited.
Yes, exactly.
We get those three together again. Andrade, Naito, and Rush, all three.
But you're going to have Andrade, Rush, Dragon Lee, and Kenny King. There you go. Another great faction there. The Foundation, bring them all too. Jay Lee, Jonathan Gresham, Bryan Danielson. Book it.
And Zack Sabre Jr.
Of course, triple threat match.
Yep. And let's not forget, Dalton Castle.
Yeah, so we could bring them too.
Matt Taven,
Brody King, why not? There you go. There's so much. But I'm with Mike and with you guys. Let's just wait and see. And you never know.
I wouldn't mind Jay White stealing any and all of the world titles. If Jay White took the New Japan title, the AEW title, and the Impact title within the course of 3 months, I wouldn't care. I mean, I'd love it. I'd be okay with it. Jay White deserves it. He's that dang good. I mean, not Jay White, Jay Lethal. Sorry, my mind slipped. Freudian. I like both. Hell, let's have Jay on Jay.
Those possibilities are unknown, but let's just hope. Let's just hope that Ring of Honor does not sell the library to WWE, because if he does, that's over. It's all going on the cock, on the peacock. That's where it's going to. But let's say Tony Khan could save it. I don't know. Maybe so. We'll find out. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all here for this episode 76. We want to go ahead and thank all of our platform listeners around the world, all the audio platform listeners from, of course, up in the north, up in Canada, our brothers up in Canada, up, of course, in Central America, or Brazil, cuando se escogen Honduras, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Salvador, México, de donde sea, de España, de toda Latinoamérica. Gracias por apoyarnos aquí en el Circo Debate y escuchándonos aquí en su audio plataformas. Gracias por el apoyo y el soporte una vez más. Y, of course, to our Romanians, of course, Romania, thank you very much for listening as well on your audio platforms to Circle Debate. And I'm going to let, of course, Mr. MVP of podcasting for our European listeners, to thank them for listening to the show.
Danke für hören Sie Circle of Debate. Guten Abend, guten Morgen, guten Tag. Alles gut und danke, tschüss.
There you go. That's right. Tschüss. And of course, if you are watching this, don't forget, right at the end of the video, subscribe, hit that ding ding bell notifications, as we are bringing you the best content we can as much as possible for you guys. We're bringing you, of course, our weekly episodes, our top fives, and of course our MMA episodes, because there's going to be a lot coming up next week, because we have 2 back-to-backs, because we have to do one, the recap for UFC 267, and then predictions of UFC 268, because it's going to be that following Saturday on November 6th. So much excited for in the mixed martial arts world, as well as I cannot wait to talk about. And as well, hopefully Money Mike can join us in one of those. Hopefully, right now that Chris is on hiatus, so hopefully he can join us on that. That's Chris Kennedy's main show, but you know, we got to revamp it up again. We got to bring it back. While we got to help out the one and only while he's gone, directing in the MMA world. And of course, do not forget, pretty soon you will be seeing, we're bringing back matches of the week. You'll see that break coming in soon. Of course, you'll be seeing, of course, Mr. 69 Reasons Why to Watch This. You'll be seeing that. A lot of new content coming out, like I said, once again. So stay tuned for that. That's why you hit that notification button right there, that subscribe button, to get all of our new content. Shout out to the League of Extraordinary Content, the League of Extraordinary Podcasts out there as well. Thank you so much. I love you, brothers, all of you guys. And once again, I want to thank you all for watching, listening to Circle Debate. And I'm going to let my 2 brothers here, my other hosts, to say what they have to say and to notify you what's the 69 reasons, and the 69 reasons what we do here on the COD. Take it away, gentlemen.
We don't make podcasts.
We make history, baby. All night long.